Hello. Hello. Hi, my name's Connie Campsey. Nice to meet you. If you haven't met me before, how did you find this? I wanted to just go into a deep dive into my latest single. Never Get It Right. Sounds like this. Is that enough? January 2023, I was in a writing session with someone who shall remain unnamed. We went in and wrote this song and it was fine. Sometimes you go into writing sessions and even if you've got a history of working together and you get on and you usually like write songs that you both really like, sometimes it's just not there and that's fine. But it was getting towards the end of the day. I feel like we probably haven't got this song and that's fine. Let's just like finish it and then be done. And they were like, oh, have you got any other music that you're like working on? It'd be great to hear like what you're working on. Bear in mind, this is just before my first EP, I'm Still Talking to Myself, comes out, which was in February of 2023. So I was on the cusp of releasing something, but also starting to write stuff for like this era, still figuring out what it was. So I showed them this song and it was the first song that I had written for a long time, which really felt like me, like connected with it so instantly on such a deep level. So they were sat in front of me and I was sat at the back of the studio and they were in their little spinny chair and they were basically like this the entire time, listening to the song. I'm sat at the back of the room, vibing out. They're like this. I'm not getting any facial expressions. All I'm getting is this. And then when the song's over, they're like, you know? And they were just like, I don't like it. And I was like, it's fine to not like stuff. Like, that's fine. But, oh. Hi, hon. Looking hot. But then they just started tearing into the tune. Yeah, it's like, I don't think that this is sonically what you should be doing, what you should be aiming for. I think it's too much of this, too much of that, not enough this, not enough that. You as an artist is not shining through. It was so intense and it was so not what I expected. I was still figuring out what the fuck was going on and who I really was, and I was about to release my first body of work. Like that really, sorry, I'm just playing with something. I have to play with something at all times. I'm sure that makes me something. That conversation that I'd had with that other writer producer was very much like this whole thing, even though this song to me felt like the beginning of the next stage. Them just basically being like, by the way, I think this is like fundamentally wrong. Completely knocked me for six. And then a few days later, I had a session booked in with Ian Berryman. Now, Ian Berryman, let's talk about Ian Berryman. Ian and I started writing together in 2022, which is mental to me. We wrote Never Get It Right together in February of 2023. He was like, what do you want to write about? And I said, I just had this really troubling session the other day, and now I feel like I'm second guessing everything that I'm doing and what I should be talking about and what I should be writing about, and like sonically, is it the right thing? So Ian picked up the guitar and immediately started playing what are now the chords to Never Get It Right. And it sounded like this. The chorus came immediately and I was singing it and I was looking at Ian like this and he was looking at me like this and we were both just being like, oh my God, oh my God. I love that as a fucking... Also, Ian at the end just starts going do 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 do, which plays in the end of the song. It goes. Isn't that so funny? Like he just played that and that just made I only just noticed. It's so funny when you listen back to these because you have since then found the song, like you know what the rest of the song sounds like, and you want to be like, oh, it's this, that's not the right bit. Don't ask me who I am, I don't really know. I gotta say, I'm thinking on my telephone. It's like during the mumble stage, so many of the lyrics actually make it through. I think you really have to let not Jesus, but whoever it is, take the wheel. So we did that. It took about 20 minutes to do that. And then it took us like 6 months to do the rest of the song. We recorded it at Ian's studio up in North London. Then we recorded drums in southwest London with my darling Freddie Shee.
You good? With the nut shaker as well?
With my nuts!
I love Freddie. He has been an amazing friend to me for the past few years. We got really close during the pandemic because we lived with each other during the pandemic and just made music together. And it was one of the most like healing and beautiful experiences of my life, and I'm forever indebted to Freddie for that reason. So not only is he a fantastic drummer, but like I would not have done this EP if it wasn't for him, genuinely. So it felt only right to have him play drums on this. And everything else we did at Ian's studio. That was how we wrote the song, and that's what the song is now, and I love it. For the artwork, I had gotten into the idea of sewing over old pictures. I really love like physical material and scanning physical material. We did it for I'm Still Talking to Myself, the EP. Like all of the artwork is like I printed out the pictures that Phoebe Fox took of me, shout out Phoebe, and put a piece of paper saying like Connie Campsey, like sucker or whatever, and then put sellotape over it because I love how sellotape looks when you scan it, and scanned it in, and that's what the artwork is. So for this one, I sewed over pictures that I have had taken, and I found from this roll of film that was fucked, for lack of a better word, and the contact sheet of it was this. So it was a black and white roll of film. That was not what the problem was. The problem is there's something going on with my point and shoot. I don't know what it is. I don't want to waste any more money or like any of my hopes on more rolls of film, because I try and capture memories, as seen like here is like a picture of me and my friend Drew. Hi Drew, if you're watching. And it's just ruined. There's another one there, like upside down. Those are candles. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, where is that? What was that? I mean, it's kind of cool, but do you know what I mean about the tactile quality? Like, isn't that sick? Girl, hello, come back to life. So I sewed over this because, going back to the idea of the song being about my shortcomings, my intentions are good, but the execution is bad, or whatever it is. Like, I just thought it'd be so fitting to use this. Why are you doing that? Hun, wake up. So that was what the artwork was. And then in line with this whole like embroidery thing, I was like, how can we expand this? And I was talking to Zach Marouge, who I shot the press shots with. Thread, like, I don't know, what could we do with thread? And he was like, well, maybe something interesting with wardrobe. I could like embroider onto garments, and what would I be embroidering? What would be interesting? And came up with embroidering lyrics onto tiny little dresses. Look, I'm sorry, but it's cunting season, honey. But I love this. I'm so proud of this. It took me hours. I got an embroidery hoop, hand sewing every little stitch, and I don't sew. I can't sew. Do you sew? If anyone gets that. Do you sew? I forget. If anyone gets that quote. Yeah, this is the original dress. This dress is from Beth Michaels. I just got it secondhand. That's it. Listen to me, maybe don't. I love it. That dress has been in the mud, in puddles, in hail, in rain. I was trying to capture something cool and interesting with it to make like a Spotify canvas. Getting so many looks because I am in a puddle. with this dress in public, trying to make art. It's like giving GCSE art. Well, that was good. I'm gonna do that. And then this necklace, just a note on this necklace. I love this necklace. It's a carnelian. It is actually red, but it looks, I don't know if I'm saying carnelian right, carnelian, whatever. It looks kind of black here, but it's actually a dark, dark red. I got this necklace for the first EP, and it's all about, like, I think it's Capricorn stone. I wanted to feel like bold and decisive and ruthless and organized. And so I wore it for this shoot because I basically wear it all the time. But now I was just drawn to go to the same place I went to. It's called like Quen. I might just like put here where it is in Camden. It's this really, the person in there is so lovely, and I got insane ASMR. Yeah. Because it's like all of the little twinkly stuff, and their voice was like, "Hi, can I help you?" I was like, yes. But I was really drawn to this one, and it's cut into this sweet little like weaved thing. So now I'm wearing this all the time, and this feels very much in line with the rest of the campaign for EP2. So whilst this necklace is kind of like a love letter to that first EP, like this is for the second one. Maybe I'll just do this throughout my life. Like maybe I will just collect different pendants for different eras of my life. Like that was quite a beautiful thing. In a witchy mode, I pulled a tarot card about this song, and I got the 9 of Swords, which is spot on. But that was on a previous version of me recording this that didn't go very well. So I'm just gonna shuffle again and pick up a card that's like kind of resonates with this. Maybe it might like inspire me to talk about something else about with this EP. Not even this EP, like even just this song. Han, ain't that right? Me, this EP. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, 10 of Wands, that is me right now, hun. I'm in the tower. Anyway, let's carry on shuffling. Oh, 2 things fell out. Let's see what they are. Ooh. 3 things fell out. 3 things fell out. And you know what? Jesus Christ. That is quite intense. I've got the 2 of Swords here, which is like choosing like head and heart. And choosing between the 2 of those things and being kind of like blocked off by it. Any people who read tarot, like, sorry if you think I'm getting this wrong, I don't care. And then I've got the 5, 6, 7, 8 of Swords. This person is like on a beach, and they are like bound and gagged. No, they're bound and blindfolded. The gag behind this is that they can actually loosen these binds themselves quite easily. It's the fact that they're kind of choosing not to. It's like victimhood mentality, which is me, which is kind of me with Never Get It Right, because like with this one, it's like my head is saying that I shouldn't be doing this because somebody else's opinion has kind of crossed my way, but my heart is telling me what I should do. And kind of choosing between those 2 things, I guess. And then with this one, it's like I am a victim to my own sort of mental cage, I guess. God, it sounds so intense. And that I just need to just choose to not hold myself back in that way. And then this is just not the most popular card in the deck. It's the Sorrow card. It's the 3 of Swords. I mean, it's a sword. It's like swords pierced into a heart in a raining sky. Like, hun, you can figure that out for yourself. But like, sorrow, heartbreak, pain, and to be fair, yeah, like it did suck. Like that did suck having that feedback from somebody. But I'm really glad with how it turned out and this song, and I'm really proud of it. So, that's a nice way to end it, to be honest. Cool. I think I'm gonna do this again for like all of the other songs. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok and blah, 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 blah. It'll all be down in the thing. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much for making it this far and listening, and this has been really nice. That's it. We're done. Listen to Never Get It Right, honey.